Hello everyone, welcome back to BrainTech Analytics. In the previous class, we discussed about relative reference, absolute reference. Along with that, we also see some of the examples related to that, and also we learn how to freeze a particular cell. See, whatever we're going to discuss today is one of the most important things which you can use in your daily life when you work in your real time with MS Excel. So let's open MS Excel and start with today's section. So what we discussed today about mixed reference. You can go to our previous video so that you will find about the overall discussion about the relative and absolute reference. And the mixed reference is one of the most asked question in the interview, and 99% of the time by using this method you are going to do your daily works by using MS Excel. Before we go for any definition, I'm starting with very beginning or basics. Here you can see I'm writing A1. Here A1 means A and 1, where A is column and 1 is row. Okay. By this combination of this column and row, we get a cell A1. Simply, as we discussed in the previous class, we want to make this cell freeze. So by using using our in our keyboard, we pressing by F4, we can freeze a particular cell. So the scenario or the output you can see like similar to this $A or $1. It means this cell is freeze now, or we can say it will now constant. So if we go $A and $1, it means here A is a column, similarly 1 is row, where both you can write here for the better understand both column and row are constant, or you can say that particular cell is constant. Okay, now this much we have also discussed in the previous section, but what we discussed about mixed reference means either instead of doing a complete cell or complete both the column and row make constant, what we do, either we go for a column will be constant or the row will be constant, either the column or row. We don't require to freeze the all the cell, it means both the row and column. Either we go for only freeze the column or only freeze the row. If I am writing here $A, okay, and 1, it means here $A means the column, and here you can find the column is constant. As you can see, we have a symbol before A, and A means column section, and before A we have a symbol of dollar. It means the column part is constant, but in one in row part the row will be free. It means when we copy when we copy the formula from one cell to another, then the column part does not change, or the column part will be constant, but row will be copied from one cell to another. The row part will be changed. It means by writing here, I'm writing column does not change, okay, but row will change. Okay, when we do copy. Okay, similarly, if we have a cell of like A and before row we have a symbol of dollar, it means here A is a column and dollar one. It means how to okay. A is a column and dollar one is a row where you can see the column part is now free, but the row part is constant. It means here you can find the row does not change. Okay, but column will change. Column will change. When we do copy from one cell to another, you can find if this part is have and this cell if we do, then the here the column will be free. It means the cell is copied from one cell to another, then the column part will be changes to A to B, B to C, but the particular row will be made constant. Okay, as I said before, this is one of the most important part and one of the most asked questions in the interview. So do focus here and maybe you will find some trouble or makes you little bit difficult to understand by watching for this first time, or you can do watching repeatedly watching this, and by repeatedly watching, not only watching, do practice along with that so that you will get a hands-on experience on that. Because all the interview when we go for any interview related to MS Excel, you can find 90 of these interview are practically they are asked the questions so that or instead of they are asking theory questions, they are only focused on practical. So in front of the recruiter you have to do all the tasks practically. So by simply watching this video it may be not any profit or not any benefits for you. So do practice by practically whatever we discuss in these sections and also in the previous classes. Now let's understand with example so that you will get the exact scenario and exact picture on that. Before that, the definition of the mixed reference is, let's discuss with the definition first. The definition is when we copy the formula from one cell to another cell, it's partially changed. Okay. Suppose if you are going for an interview and that interviewer asks you what is mixed reference, or you can expect a questions of like what is the difference between absolute reference, mixed reference. Either you can get the questions like what is the difference between relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference. Okay. As we also discussed the relative reference and absolute reference, for that you can visit our last video. But for the mixed reference, where you can answer like that, when we copy the formula from one cell to another cell, then it partially changes. This is the definition of mixed reference. Okay. Now what we do, let's understand with this practical. Okay. Suppose do focus here, and from this part onward, you are going to a little bit one step forward, or you have to do focus here so that you will easily understand whatever we discuss from now. We have, suppose I am writing here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have some data and here I am writing 2. Here you can see I have some data where you find in the column part, or you can see in the row we have 5 data 1 to 5, and in column part we have only one data 2, and the output what we need. So I am writing also here what we want the desired output here. Okay, now what I want, by multiplication of this cell and this cell, I want the output here. So if relate similarly the output what will want here is 1 into 2 is 2. Similarly 2 into 2, here I want the output is 4. Similarly here 6, here 8 and 10. We discussed how to get the output here. Also we discussed in the previous class. Still I am showing here by simply writing equal, then selecting this cell because we have value in this cell, then do multiplication, then select this column part, what is D13. By simply pressing, you will get the result for the first cell. But if we do the drag it to down, you see we have done a small mistake so that the output will get some different output is shown here. Uh, let's make it delete and double click here. You see when we multiplication of the multiply when we multiply with this cell to this cell, it means we get the output here. But when it coming to the this part, you see, yes, you can see here. Here the output what we get is the multiplication of C14 and D13. Similarly, if you double click here, you can see that constant part will be changed. It means the whatever showing in the red box is moved from this part to this part. It means it is the combination of C15, C15 and D14. It means D and 14. So that we get the output is wrong. By double click you can see this column section is moved from this here from this D13 to D15, so that the output will get wrong. What we do, we simply delete this. Instead of that, we have to make constant this cell so that whatever the output we want, we will get correctly. Because here the changes is we want to here we require the changes from C14. It means the row part will be changed but the column part doesn't change, so that we make this part is constant, so that the when we drag it to down it will change 1 to 2, 2 to 3. It means it will change C14 to C15, C16, C17, but D13 will be constant. To make this constant, what we do? Simply in our keyboard, press function F4. You can see that particular cell is now constant. Now simply enter this and drag it to down. You see, whatever the output we want, we get here. We make it a color here. Okay. And this is the output. And for the output, which color we want? Okay, the screen is okay. Or we do it another of like blue color. Okay, you can see here whatever the output we get here, whatever the output is equal, it means our we do it successfully what we want. Okay, this is example 1. Let's discuss with another example. Suppose we have a table. Okay. Example 2. Suppose we have a table of like have some data is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here we have instead of one column we have multiple like 2, then 4, then 6. Okay, and here what we want to get the output. My output will be I want to multiplication of this 1 with 2 so that I am getting here 2. Similarly here 1 into 4 I want output 4. 1 into 6 I want output 6. From the next I want 2 into 2 4. 2 into 4 8. Okay, 2 into 6 12. Like that I want the output over here. For that what we do here, do focus here because from now onwards we are going to discuss about mixed reference. Here you can see we are using about relative reference or okay or absolute reference, but here we are doing the things by using mixed reference. So do focus here and uh, make make concentrate so that you will understand what we do by simply writing equal, selecting this cell, multiply this. If we do press enter, what we get here, drag it to down, you find H we get the output previously wrong. To here also we get the wrong output. H like previously we get. For that what we discussed before, we want to make that particular column section. Column means the red part, which is D20, because we want here the row part will be changes accordingly because we have 5 data in the row section, and here you can see the row will be changes to C21, C22, C23, but here the D20 will be constant. It means here you can see D20, D20, D20. Okay, it means for that we have to make this column section constant. How to do constant? Simply press function 4. You can see now here make constant, or we put this column section make we put this column section constant by simply enter. You can see here you get the output. As we before we get the output here, we get the same output. But if I am going to right side, you see the output is changes. Why change? Because if I'm writing here, you can see this is the multiplication of D21. It means 2, and D20. It means D20. It means this cell. Okay. So that we get the output over here 4. Similarly, if we go for this, then this is the output of E20, E21 and D20. It means 4 into, it means you can see we want to make this cell because we get the output with according to this cell or this row, but here we can see what we see, the position will be changed from this to this and this to this. So how will we get the exact output? So that what I am writing, what we want output here, we want the output of 1 and 4. Multiplication of 1 and 4, we want here 4. To get the multiplication by writing equal, by selecting 1 into selecting this. Okay, do focus here. Here whatever the output I want is, if I where here I want to put either I want to freeze a particular row or particular column, so that here I get the desired output. See here, C21 means this cell, and I want to make only what I want to make the I want to make this uh, what the cell will be constant over here, either it's a row or a column. Here, to get the output here, I will put a symbol before here. It means the column part will be say the column is be now constant, but the row will be free. Similarly, here what I do, I put a symbol before here. You can see now the before row, or here for the E20, for the E20, okay, for the E20, the column section is free, but the row will be showing constant. Now, by simply pressing enter, you can see 2 into 4, okay, 1 into 4, 1, and by simply drag it to down, you see, we get the output, we get the required output. Let's just briefly understand again. See, why we freeze that particular cell or that particular column? Because the output what we require is the multiplication of 1 and 4. It means C21 and E20. Okay. From C21, from which we want to make constant? We want to make constant C part. C means column. Here, column section is 1 and row section is 21. C is column for this cell. C is column, 21 is row. We want to make free because we want to free the 21 20 here you can see here the 21 is free. It means when we go to downward or copy that it will changes 21 to 22, 22 to 23. Okay. But the dollar before C, it means that particular column is now freeze, or it will be constant. It can't move from C to D. Okay. Similarly, if here you can find E is free. E is free means for this cell E20, what is E20? E20 is 4, and from this part here E is free and 20 is 20 means here you can see that particular row. It means we make this particular row constant, but okay, particular row is constant, but the column section, as you can see, E will be free. It means if it will go to E to F, F to G, because before E we don't have any dollar symbol or didn't we freeze that column section. It means if it will be free, it will move from E to F to G like that. By simply writing or simply enter, you can see we get the. Okay. If we go to right side, you can see whatever the output we get is wrong again. For that, what we do, again free, it will come to C21 and here it will be with F20. F20. So here we get 1 into 6, 6. Like 2 into 6, 12. 3 into 6, 18. 4 into 6, 24. 5 into 6, 30. Suppose I am writing again here 10. Then you can see By simply doing this and going to right side, you can find the same output. It means, let us understand here, as we previously theoretically discussed these things, and practically when you go for, okay, this is the what, get the output, and these are the our question. So here you can see whatever the output we require the same output in the result. It means whatever the task we want to perform, we perform it successfully. Again, understand, see, here C21, it means C21, which one is C21? 1. The complete C21 is free. It means the C21 will be next to D22, okay, or D22, sorry, C21 will be C22, C23, C24. It will be showing over here. And you can changes, it will be, we can get the changes according to that. It will be like C21, C22, C23. But here we freeze a particular column section. It means $D or $20. It means both the cell, both the column and row will be both the column and row is freeze. Okay, but here you can see. Let's understand here over what we get the output here. Here we get 1 and here we have the value 6, 1 and 6. To get it randomly, what we want to do, because we put this symbol before C, it means column section, we put a symbol C, means the column part will be constant. What is C21? C21, it means this part is uh, in this cell, what we do, we put the column is constant. As you can see, before C we have a symbol of dollar, it means the C is constant. But 21 is free, it means it will move 21 to 22, 22 to 23 like that. Here you what you can see here, for the F20, it means F20, F is free, it means it will move from F to G, G to H, but 20 will be constant. It means 20 row. This complete row is constant, but column is changes from F to G, G to H, like that we get the output. Okay. I think this part you will be understand over completely. And here I am putting some of the one of the example so that you also practice yourself and whatever we discuss in the next class about the solution. This one is an assignment to you all. Okay. And what the assignment is here? We have the data of 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. 11, 13. Okay. This much of data over here we have here, and we here 2, 4, 8, and 16. Okay. Whatever the task, by using this mixed reference, whatever the task we perform there, you are going to you will do by yourself by watching this video and practice along with that, so that you will get the output over here. Okay, and the solution part we will discuss in the next class. Before that, you will practice by yourself by watching this. Okay, and hope you will understand, or okay, I will understand. For the first time it will make trouble or a little bit difficult to understand, but whenever you do, when you learn it or get the idea or get it practically, the things, you will be easily get or easily understand what the logic work behind that. Okay, thank you for watching. We'll see in the next video.